Hi everyone, there are a couple of big policy pieces that are playing out right at the moment. One of them's about media reform that the Minister Mitch Fifield gotten through the party room and is now talking about publicly just today. These are about changing the ownership and control functions on a number of the platforms that are regulated in Australia to make them more competitive. And on one level, that's a good thing if they can be more competitive, better resourced. That is healthy for our sector, as they, being the commercial television broadcasters, are the major underwriters of Australian content in this market. However, it doesn't really tackle in any of these packages some of the broader underlying problems for our industry and the policy work that needs to happen. So we're still very keen to make sure that the government doesn't take its eye off our sector, that it has a screen policy for our industry, and that the opposition also does the same, but it is working with us really diligently to maybe look carefully at what is going on in our industry. And if we're going to have a sustainable sector that can tell the Australian stories to ourselves and to the world, we really need some work to be done by government. So, this is okay, but it really doesn't tackle what we need to have tackled for our industry. Look, the second thing that's happened recently is that the Managing Director of the ABC, Mark Scott, who did a breakfast with us just recently, has mentioned that there's an opportunity to look at the merger of ABC and SBS. And he's really alluding to cost savings there in the vicinity of about $40 million. And on one level, we've loved the idea of the public sector being more efficient so that it could use those dollars and that the government lets them use those dollars to put into the investment of Australian content each year. Because we've certainly seen some cuts to the sector courtesy of what's been happening more broadly to the budgets of both the ABC and SBS, so that's not a great thing. However, it's really important in our industry that we have a competitive tension for the people that are creating content against those that are purchasing the content. And the problem we have is we've got a limited number of people commissioning content and quite a number of businesses, you guys, creating content for those businesses. So there's a power dynamic that's problematic, and there's also a problem in that overseas suppliers of American content, British content, sell that content to the Australian market for very cheap prices. So there's another market imbalance, a competitive dimension that's missing from our sector. And if you were to take away SBS from our market, that would diminish competition significantly, as well as remove a very distinct commissioner of content. So we have some concerns about the merger. Look, that is as far as the conversation's gone so far, in that no government person or any other part of government or politics broadly is talking about this as something that they want to consider at the moment. So we're parking that conversation for the moment, but look, it's something we're going to keep our eye on because we see that there are some real problems if you were to do that merger without thinking about the impact to the content industry. Two other things to mention. First is some great congratulations and shout outs to those people that have walked away with Oscar success, Oscar glory. The Mad Max Fury Road did so well. It is record-breaking stuff for Australians. It is demonstrating our capabilities as a sector internationally. It is huge for us. So congratulations. It really does show us what we're capable of delivering for Australia on a global stage. A distinctly Australian piece of work in which the talented people have been recognised as being the best of the best. And it is a demonstration of the level of investment that we've had from government and the need for this investment to continue if we're to continue to maintain our form in this space. So anyway, congratulations. We certainly want to praise those that are doing so well for us. And look, finally, we have announced the Ones to Watch program for this year. In it being open for application. So if those people that have been looking at this program over the last couple of years, it is up to 20 people who are developing their careers and are looking for that next stage, that they have already had a couple of credits and are being spotted as people who are going to be able to take their careers as producers to the next level. Have a look at what's online already in terms of the application. Have a look at the people that have already been in this program, have a chat to a number of people about it. It is, I think, one of the best programs you'll get because it is a longer, calmer way of being mentored by one of the greats of our industry. Some of the best producers put their hands up to mentor people, and that gives people, I think, a level of comfort about the projects they're developing, and it also gives them a shot at some things that we exclusively curate for you, which is relationships with SBS, some financing of content, some opportunities for international, domestic mentorships via Screen Australia. Some really good sponsors are behind this program. I won't list them all now, but have a look online who they are. We're happy to, we'll be pleased to announce, I think, a couple of others in the upcoming months. But do get your forms in, get your applications in, give it a look. We're hopeful of having a great batch of people to combine together to work and be our new batch of ones to watch this year. Until next week, that's all from me, but we'll be around anytime you want, so give us a shout.